Proper podikit. This is proper podikit to rub your hands together when it's pod time. I'm like the pod nephew. Fucking yo, what's good, yo? Let's get these lights. Yo, come on, yo. Susan. All right, we good. What's good? Oh, it's gonna be a wonderful show. I got beer butter in my shit, and I just can't stop playing with it because it's all smooth, and I hate lotion on my hands. What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back. It's Monday. I gotta fix the teleprompter. My teleprompter doesn't go over the camera because I don't like that style. That shit it's too intense for me, and then I just like get lost in the reading, and I'm like Ron Burgundy. I just be like, "Duh." So not for me. Excuse me. How y'all doing? What's going on? I don't know if that's my son in here, but my daughter was in my live on my TikTok when I got kicked off of TikTok. You know how upset I am? I was having a great time on TikTok. Y'all made me go back to Facebook, and I'm miserable. I hate Facebook. It sucks over there. It's just everybody sad about not being able to pay their fucking rent. I don't want to see that shit anymore. It's Monday, so we got a lot of shit to get into. I didn't come on Fridays. My wife was in a car accident. She's okay. Y'all can donate if y'all want to help because I need a new truck. Unfortunately, the vehicle's fucked, but thankfully, and I'll end up talking about it again when we start recording, but you know, baby's fine, wife's fine. I can replace the truck. I ain't tripping. Just need a couple more doll hairs and get ourselves something different. That shit sucks. Things happen. Accidents are accidents for a reason. Like, it's not on purpose. You know, shit happens. Can't be upset over spilled milk. Let's get into today's show. We're going to be talking about Jay-Z. No, we're not. I'm saving that one. I need more information because I feel like there should be some type of First Amendment protection over that. The whole rappers and their lyrics being used against them in court. I don't think that should be a thing, but we'll get into it next show, Wednesday. So today we'll be talking about Ozark. What a fucking season. I binged the whole thing this weekend. I'm mad, and I'm this close to canceling my Netflix because that's not cool. Like, I can't. Shout out to Loner. I see you in here. I'm not waiting a year. So if y'all got the plug for the next 7 episodes on Ozark, shoot that my way. Let's talk about fears that I've gained and grown into as an older person. I have adult fears now. Damn it. Yeah, have y'all heard about getting tattooed under anesthesia? I think that's pretty dope. But people have been getting tattooed in dentist offices. So that's cool. Something we should talk about. And then we'll get into all the nasty and negative stuff in the world, NATO, the war that may be happening, the market correction, or the way I like to look at it, the market crash that we're going to go through. Something's going on with the Nelk boys, and why does everybody keep fucking with Peloton? I just don't get what Peloton did. Like, I thought Peloton was a dope-ass company. It was a cool idea, but they have been getting dragged on every TV show. And, I mean, they had real-life issues, but, like, we'll get into it. Start recording this show. If this is your first time here, remember we do a live show and then we record it for our podcast places and things. Like I don't even know what the fucking word is, but whatever. Thank you for watching. We'll get into all the good stuff, all the juicy, goody. Yo, Doja Cat gonna be I swear to God, Doja Cat's gonna be the biggest artist that's ever touched Vegas, and I'm riding $1 million off of that, yo. Duppy sigh. If you know, you know. Can't hear the music playing because YouTube and Facebook gets mad. So if you want to listen to the music, you got to head over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Shit, we're on Audible. Everywhere podcasts are heard. As a matter of fact, you can listen to the pod tomorrow on Facebook as well, and you'll hear the music. I'll cut all the talking out. Hey, how could you be so cold as a winter wind when it breeze, yo? Talking to me, though. That we been through. Hey, that boy went crazy on this shit, though. Hurt Kanye's the best. But that's the old me. And you gonna show me like you don't know me. Kid Cudi killed this shit too. Cudi wrote the fuck out of this. It's Kasabian Lavoe Wine. What's going on, beautiful people? What's going on? Welcome back to the Kasabian Lavoe Show, live from Las Vegas. Welcome to the show that nobody watches. I'll be your host, Kasabian, with talent on loan from God. Yeah, because when I'm gone, all you get's the recording version of this. We can't keep doing this, but this is a show that never ends. Thank you for being here. If you've been here before, you know where the fridge is. Get a water and sit down. We got some shit to talk about. If this is your first time back, hey, we appreciate you. Oh, hey, yo. I got somebody in the chat right now. I mean, this family right here. But that's the voice of Vegas in the chat. So if you're on Facebook and you see Mike, you got to know who that is. That's a staple in the town. And he's sparking things back up with the music. Shit, we should do a local episode soon. I'm good though. I'm chilling. Family's good. Everybody good. We got trucks fucked up. I'll buy another one. I ain't tripping. It ain't the first time. All right, so today's show, we got not too much to get into because the whole weekend been a mess. But anyway, we'll get into Adele canceling her show due to COVID and things out of her control. But I think there's more to it. We'll definitely jump into that. Fears as an older man. I've developed fears as an older man that I want to talk to y'all about. And I want to know if y'all have the same fears. Even as an older woman, it doesn't... Even as an older woman, if you have these fears. And it's just one. Yo, and then Post Malone got tattooed in the dentist's office under anesthesia by 4 different tattoo artists. And this is actually a thing. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And then we'll get into what's going on with the war. It looks like war. Ukraine is having issues. Unfortunately, there's a lot of shit going on that I don't even want to talk about. But, I mean, we're here and we have to. Thank you, sir. What else? Oh, yeah, we'll talk about the market correction, but to me, it's more of a crash than a correction, but it's definitely a correction today. We've seen some crazy things go on. We'll talk about the Nelk boys and what they did with their NFT passes, and I think they were hacked. We'll get into that. Sean was talking about it. I'll let him tell it. I'll actually tag him, and y'all can watch the video. He has way more information on what the Nelk boys did or what happened. And then we'll talk about Peloton. I thought it was a funny ass story because Peloton is just getting picked on by every fucking body, and it's not cool, yo. Like everybody just keeps picking on Peloton. I think it's great because they popped up during the recession. Well, not during the recession, during the pandemic, and they were rocking tits. I thought that was gonna be the one. Anyway, let's get into this shit today. Okay, so Adele's show was canceled. It was supposed to start Friday, I believe, or Thursday, and unfortunately, half of her crew had COVID. The half of the stage equipment and things from Europe never made it. She was completely in shambles. She was crying on the phone. Now, let me tell you something. Something that was really nasty that I wasn't okay with. She FaceTimed a bunch of people that spent thousands of dollars to be here while she cried on the phone and said, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I missed the show. We didn't have nobody there to put everything up. They're all sick with COVID. And I was like, wow. Fucking serious? Caesars didn't give nobody their money back. People bought penthouses for the night. You know, like couples came out to spend money on themselves and have an amazing time. And I get it, COVID and shit, but maybe we shouldn't announce things unless we're 1000% sure we can knock it out. It really seems like Adele's pulling out. I hope she doesn't. I really want to see her here. I just don't think Adele's ready to be in one place for too long. We got Silk Sonic coming, and I can't wait for that. We might go take a trip out to go see Silk Sonic. I definitely would appreciate to see that Smoking Out the Window live. Those two motherfuckers. Yo, Anderson .Paak, if you don't know Anderson .Paak's catalog, go find it. And y'all know Bruno Mars. Those two guys are great. Adele, I appreciate you. We adore you, all your musical talents. But just stay home if you don't want to come. I want Doja Cat to come to Vegas. I'm going to keep it 1,000. Doja Cat's the one that I want. And yeah, I think Doja Cat is like perfectly made for Vegas. She has the talent and the range and everything that will keep Vegas people entertained because we're so diverse. What else? Let's get into Ozark. Who's a fan of Ozark? Have y'all watched that show and thought, is that shit real? Now, I get mad. I don't see any Spanish people. I don't see any black people. But I get it. It's a white people place with white people shit. And we don't get into white people business. And this is great. They have added the Mexicans later with the cartel. I understand that, but I've been a fan since before all the fucking diversity, all right? It wasn't that diverse, and it really still isn't, because when you see the Spanish folks, they're like mad light skin, not even trigueño like me. So, nah, she's not real for that. I'm not, hold up, I can't talk back and forth with the chat, but no, I'm not giving her a cop-out for that. She should have been here. They should have set it up. They had more than enough time to get it set up. That shit was just poor planning. They don't get no props from us. So, Ozark, I mean, it took over when it took over, but it just came back at half-mast. Netflix is sticking all of us up. Rates went up last Friday. Ozark drops, and we only get half the season. I'm not waiting a year. Y'all need to drop the rest of this season and let's go. Yo, y'all taking so long that the little girl who was 15 or 16 when she started, she's 45 in real life now, and she's still trying to play a 15-year-old little girl. It ain't working. The show's aging the characters too fast, and it's only been like 6 weeks, but it's been 10 years of this shit. Hurry up. Get it out. Let's get to it. Let's enjoy it. Don't do us like this and make us wait, and now y'all want to change how y'all do shit. No. Netflix used to just give us everything, and that was that. We're not going to sit here and start changing things up because y'all are falling apart. Ozark is a great show. It's pretty much the last thing y'all got going. Give us the rest of Ozark, and we good. I'm going to tell you something. Those 7 episodes were the hottest shit ever. That's what got me kicked off of TikTok, was because I was saying that they should just murder the son. The little boy. Look, I'm talking about Ozark, the TV show, not no people in real life. Okay, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, anybody hears this. We're talking about a fictional television show. White people ain't selling drugs like that anyway. The fuck? The little boy's too emotional. Blow him away. It's a show. Blow him away. I don't give a shit. If I had a TV show where the kid, my kid, for example, was acting out of the way, is my son in the chat? I'll tell you, my son ain't no bitch. He ain't gonna be crying like this little boy's crying. I tell my son to come in the chat and tell y'all one time. Be honest. I'm being honest. The idea that the emotional ass son is causing so many headaches, fucking plug him and get it going. It's almost as bad as what's going on in Power. Have y'all been watching Lil Tariq? I fuck with Tariq. I like that show. I like that show a lot. And this last episode was, yo, TV's so good right now, y'all. I want to start like a Discord just to talk about the TV shows that are coming out and the shit that we trying to get going. But go watch Ozark. That shit was, and let's start Netflix. We need the rest of Ozark now. I'm not waiting. Jocelyn's Cabaret season 3, Las Vegas is live on Zeus. Go check it out. There's only there's only 2 episodes and the preview. There is a ton of titties. That's all I saw. I watched nothing but titties, and I was completely just taken aback at what they were doing. You can obviously tell the writing was not going to be too good. But Jocelyn's back. Shout out to Zeus. Shout out to Jocelyn. Make that money. Y'all know what time it is. The fears that I have now as an older man have definitely like rocked me to my core. Let me tell you why. Just being honest. Just being honest. Have you ever choked? Not like pause, but have you ever like choked and then like nobody was around, where you're like, oh shit, and then you looked around and you went, oh fuck, and like it came up, but you were okay, but like the nerve in your like your whole body shook. I don't know. I'm 35 now. Maybe at 35, your instinct is like, oh shit, you're choking, you're gonna die, non-sexually. You're choking, you're gonna die. What the fuck do you do? So I watched this video. It was like 3 a.m. I was high as fuck. And I watched this video of a guy choking and then he died. It was on his own home cam. He's like, and he died. I'm like, oh shit. What do I do to unchoke myself? So I start looking up videos of unchoking myself, and they show you to slam yourself. So just if you don't know, you gotta like do 2 fists underneath your rib cage. Maybe we'll do like a tutorial on TikTok on how to unchoke yourself. You count two fists down, and then you or you jam yourself on the edge of a chair and get the shit up. Google shit to keep you safe when you get older, y'all. Don't be afraid to look up how to unchoke yourself if a piece of meat pauses in your throat or some shit, and you're like, I can't breathe. Look it up now so that you're prepared for later. That scared the fuck out of me. I just don't want to die choking. Like, dog, you could shoot me. Like, I think my family knows very well after fucking... Listen, there's no guarantee I'm coming home ever. But don't let me choke on a piece of fucking food, yo. Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me, dog. I can't. Let me see that's a fear. I'm older now. I'm scared of falling. Like the 18-year-old truck drivers, that is perfect. They are fearless. You could put them on the edge of a fucking cliff, and with the proper tools and knowledge, they can handle those crazy, scary routes a lot easier than you training. Try to train a 35-year-old to go through El Cajon Pass with a semi fully loaded in the rain. It's gonna be fucking hard to do. Go through the Colorado Rockies. I dare you. Go through the Colorado Rockies. As an older person that's already been around and driven and maybe had a couple problems on the road, it's gonna fuck you up. It really will. Them young kids ain't got no fear, bro. I used to skate and ride bikes. I be looking at my skateboard like, dog, I don't even know if I want to hurt myself no more, bro. Let me see what the chat says. Not a cop out. Yeah, but that, okay, let me tell you something. Hold on. The chat is talking about the Adele thing. It is a cop-out because it's a multi-million-dollar show with a multi-billion-dollar company backing it up. There's no excuse. I don't give a shit if they wanted to bring or couldn't bring. That's too bad. There's too much money involved, too many people paid, and now people are literally sitting around with no money because of their fuck-up. We know COVID's going on. We know that staffing is short. We know that there's a backup on all type of shit. What's the point of us even? I mean, the idea that it's a cop-out. I don't give a shit. I don't care. It's too much money. This isn't no local talent show. This is a worldwide global event that's being announced to the entire globe that Adele is going to be in Las Vegas for a residency. And instead of like having the fucking gall to give everyone back their money and making sure that they were okay, they just canceled. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I can't do it. Okay. Post Malone got tattooed by 4 tattoo artists in a dentist's office. Now, because tattooing is painful, and I enjoy the pain, but don't get me wrong, I'd love to have more work done if I could squeeze it in my schedule. I just don't know when or how to. So seeing this is very interesting. Post Malone went in and got tattooed by Ganga Tattoos, and he's a young cat. He's phenomenal. Him and his homeboys took on Post Malone. They put him under anesthesia, put work to that boy. Tons of work. Pause. Tons and tons of work. Apparently, this is the new craze in hip hop. There's new approaches to like body modification and body art, and I think this is dope. Like, y'all remember when the cream came out to numb your tattoos? I ain't care about that. That cream didn't work for shit, but I guess some of it does. This though, getting knocked out to get tattoos done by 4, 5, 6, 7 people at a time, and I'm like, so Moneybagg Yo, Post Malone, and a couple other people have for sure been put under anesthesia and tattooed, and then they woke up, but they're in the doctor's office. They are in an area where it's safe. It's not just a tattoo parlor. It's literally a dentist's office. Post Malone was at his dentist's office, and I believe he even got dental work done. He said he knocked out 2 birds in 1 stone. It's fucking hilarious. I love this idea, and I think I'm gonna try it. I want to do my back, and I want to get fucked up. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I blame Adele for the bullshit PR stunt. I don't blame Adele for the whole situation, but it's your name, so you take 99.9% of the blame. I don't give a fuck about Caesars and everybody else. Adele's show, Adele needs to stand on her name, and there's already rumors going around that she's trying to pull out. So if that's the case, then let her pull out. What else? Okay, so we're going to have to get into all the negative stuff. Brace yourself for all the negativity. It's not good. It seems like we're going to war. The Biden administration has made, announcements, and they've made it very clear that they're going to go defend and help their NATO allies, in which we are. And Russia seems to be making a push to take over Ukraine, and they've been trying to do that for many, many years, and they might be in a position to actually do it. And at the worst time, when I feel like America is probably the weakest that it's ever been, this is actually coming to a head. We're really here. I've been avoiding talking about this for weeks. I've been watching this. I even talked about what happened in Kazakhstan, and it might even be slightly related to this. We talked about the energy ball that got me kicked off of TikTok that started the whole damn mess. I mean, that's another thing we were talking about, the energy race, the arms race. These things are still happening around us, and America has dropped the ball. America is full of idiots. We haven't done anything correct to keep up with the competition. What's the point of having a country full of stupid people? Do you understand how fucking dumb it is that we stand in front of this entire world and we neglect and deny our people the best and I mean the most impressive the most impressive education and educational system that the world could have should come from here, because the business in 13 of the largest companies in the entire globe come from America, and there's only 23 or some shit. So we got the better half, or 22 or 17, whatever the fucking number is. Either way, somebody needs to sit down and say, hey, if we keep getting stupider and stupider, we're fucked. I'm here to tell y'all, we are about 10 years behind and about 25 years behind for the generation after us. So Generation X and whatever my kids are. They're fucked. They're fucked. We're not doing anything right. We have become a country of lazy people, of stupid people, and we keep on fighting about asinine things that aren't going away, and they're not getting better because we're not fixing the core issue. Intelligence is the biggest fucking problem that we have right now in America, period. Once you're educated and you're able to support yourself and sustain yourself, you don't need the government. You start to count on and depend less on the government, and you're able to think for yourself. Until you're completely financial free, you won't be able to think for yourself. You have to be under the guise of the government, and the government doesn't want to let go. That's why they do this. But unfortunately, it's ruined the school system. It's dumbed down the kids. It's taken us and put us in a position where you have to teach your kids at home and honestly just not even pay attention to what's going on and just live your life, because we're not even a country that's whole right now. The rest of the world is, though, and they're getting shit popping. We were out of war. Those little wars that we had going on weren't really wars. They were more like policing. This is definitely World War III-esque. Today's story. Oh, yeah. Because of the kerfuffle over there on TikTok with that whole energy thing, when I lead up to my stories, my monologue lead up is just that. It's my monologue, my lead up to paint the picture. And then we read an article that we pull. We tell you where it's from. For example, this one comes from the Washington Post, so you can go to the Washington Post and find this story. It's not that hard. I do the show my way because I like doing it this way, and I got into this giant thing on TikTok over how I presented my story. I don't give a shit. My show, go start your own goddamn show. I'm sorry, that just pissed me off. I didn't mean to sound like a dickhead. It's just the way that kid was talking to me. I was like, hey man, Captain Planet, why don't you shut the hell up, man? Leave me alone. I don't care. And he called me Captain Dumbass, and then that's when it started everything. Where we at? All right, so the story's from the Washington Post, and it comes out of Moscow. The tense conflict over Ukraine shifted further into crisis mode on Monday, today, with NATO saying, okay, before we get into this NATO thing, remember that Trump pulled all the money and resources out of NATO because America had been paying more than everybody else, and nobody else was putting in their fair share, in which NATO, most of NATO is far, far away from us. They're, literally Europe. So keep in mind that as Biden came back into office, he reversed that and just started giving them money hand over fist, and they're in complete shambles. Just don't forget that part with what's going on with NATO, because I'm not too confident in what they're trying to do. Just being honest. With NATO saying it was moving more military equipment into Eastern Europe and Russia continuing to build up a mass force along the border of Ukraine, it's scary. Amidst fears that it will invade its neighbor, The Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Povik said Russia was watching NATO's moves and President Vladimir Putin is taking measures to ensure that our security and our interests are properly protected. That means if he wants it, he's going to take it. And if y'all keep fucking with him and posturing, he's going to pop off. And unless y'all ready to pop off, y'all better chill out. NATO said Monday it would send additional ships, fighter jets to Eastern Europe. That followed reports of the Biden administration was considering sending thousands of U.S. forces as well as armaments to reform NATO allies in Poland and the Baltics and imposing new export controls amid that. Okay, hold on. Wait. This whole shit is weird to me. That they're trying to put basically just sanctions on Russia to slow them down. Let's put some export sanctions on Russia on their major things and just maybe that'll stop them. Do you think Russia's going to give a fuck when they start popping off? That's why this is what I'm talking about. Like, that's what we're going to do. Hey, tax them. That'll do it. Stop them being bullied. Make them pay more. You're not going to damage anything strategically in Russia. They think that they can shut down the Russian industry by taxing them. Sorry, it's not going to happen. Coinciding with everything else that's going on in the world, the market's crashing. It was coming. This has been my fear. I've been talking about this shit for the past 9 months, probably a year now. It's here. The market's correcting. Things are changing. Money still ain't worth shit. Percentages are going to start going up on mortgages. You're going to see rates going up, period, because inflation's out of control. If you have $1 million right now in the bank sitting, you are a moron. At the end of the year, you're going to lose over $60,000. 60 bands. What's the point of having any money in the bank? Crypto's taking a shit. Bitcoin is down. Everything is down. Nothing is doing well. 1,000 points down. This is something different, y'all. We'll talk about what the Wall Street Journal said, but just in case y'all not really paying attention to what's going on, it's like if both financial, is crypto that strong to say that it's a financial tool at the moment, or even a financial stable? Maybe. Here's my problem, right? If Bitcoin takes a shit and crypto doesn't hold up well, and then the US dollar takes a shit, what do we do? There's smarter people out there than me. I can't figure this out. Can y'all help me? Tell me what happens if Bitcoin keeps going down. People are buying fucking ugly ass drawings on Twitter for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars for JPEGs. I told y'all NFTs are not going to be your stupid ass doodles. Gary Vee said 98% of NFTs will hit zero. 98% of your doodles ain't worth shit. If people weren't buying your doodles before NFTs, just because you say it's an NFT don't mean they're going to buy it now. The market's crashing all over the place. Corrections are coming. The average car payment right now is $600 on a used car. A new car average payment's $1,200. Where the fuck are we living? Where are we living, y'all? The economy is in shambles, left and right and center. This one comes from the Wall Street Journal. The S&P 500 entered, this is a good one, corrections territory on Monday. No, it didn't. It's crashing. On Monday, why did they even put it like that? I don't know what swoon from major U.S. stock indexes accelerated. What does swoon mean? Can somebody tell me what swoon means as far as this whole stock index bullshit? I'd appreciate it. Management, thank you. Favorite speculative stock investment, including technology stocks and smaller companies, led the slump. So what was Facebook, Microsoft? It was mad companies I was taking hits. I'm just not going to get into them because it was way too many to even. I mean, it's a lot of them that I got money in, so I'm really not that happy. The Russell 2000 index of small stocks is down nearly 20% from its 52-week high, while the tech-heavy NASDAQ composites is down 16% from its record 2 months ago. They were on the up and up for a long time, and they slowed down towards the end of the year, but not that much. And the fact that we've dropped 16% in a month, we're not even a month in this fucking new year. Holy shit. Monday's market slide extended to cryptocurrencies, with Bitcoin at one point losing half of its market value since its November high. Do you understand what's happening? It's chaos. There's no food in the stores. Money ain't worth the fuck. Crypto's falling the fuck apart. I don't know what to do. Investors are bracing for a Federal Reserve meeting this week in which the central bank is expected to shed more light on its plans to combat surging inflation. The market has also been spooked by mounting tensions between West and Russia over the military buildup on the border of Ukraine. See? It's all connected. We're all pretty fucked. The tech-focused NASDAQ composite lost 2.8%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 2.2%, or about 740 points, putting the blue chip index on track for its 7th consecutive losing day. The Dow was down more than 1,000 points earlier on Monday before preparing loss. You know what? I read, it was like right before the show, we took a big-ass dip. Hey, yo, Lorna, don't be scared, fool. Don't be scared, fool. Don't be scared. Bitcoin took a dip. The stocks took a dip. And we're talking about billions and billions just sold off. So they're just unloading, taking their assets, getting the fuck out of here. When war pops off, people want to have their money in their hand. They don't want to just let it float. We don't know what's going to happen. Vegas ain't even 24/7 no more. The whole world's fucked, yo. For real. So the Nelk boys have put out an NFT card, which gives you access to events, lounges, and things that they have come up with, which is pretty dope. I like their idea. They have had some problems, though, and I'm not 1,000% sure about the allegations that I've read, so I'm not going to talk about them, in depth today. But we will talk about them on Wednesday, because I think it's crazy. So this is from Bro Bible. Today, and this is the story was supposed to be for last week. Today, Nelk dropped Today, Nelk dropped the full send meta card, the group's official first ever NFT. Over 10,000 meta cards were minted, with pre-sale access going live this morning and public access dropping at 12. Okay, so it's already sold. That was the first kerfuffle, which was that the whitelist for the pre-sales were like 10 per head, and that was damn near all of them right there for their friends and family. The full send meta NFT was available for mint around 0.75 ETH, or around $2,300 in less than 10 minutes after the public sale. Nelk sold out of all their meta cards, netting over $23 million. This card, which is what we're doing when we have our live events, you'll buy the NFT. The NFT will grant you access to come to the shows. When we have our metaverse, we're going to have a unique, NFT access for the metaverse, so you can be a part of the show. We're going to do, literally, we'll have 1 million people in a room at one point, if we can. But we're doing it with NFT cards, similar to this fashion, something doper, but they got more money than us, so they were able to pop it off. But their Discord got hacked, so it looked like a pump and dump, and it seems like they are having more issues with, I guess somebody stole all the wallets. So, half of the... If it wasn't half of the minted cards, it was half of the wallet. It's so wishy-washy. I'm not. This shit is nasty. If they really did a pump and dump and they're just not prepared to continue to make this thing bigger and better, that's fucked up. I don't think so. And the dude that's talking about him, it frustrates me because I just think he's hating. I want this to be good, but I don't think it's gonna work out for them. Not right now. They're gonna figure it out because they got the bread and they got the following. But the haters are going to talk, and I'm going to talk because, fuck, I got to bring it up too. This is going to get crazy for them. Them Nelk boys got bread, but this might be different for them. But $23 million in a couple hours? $23 million, yo. That's insane. That is insane. So Peloton was featured on a new TV show. Well, it's not a new show. It's Billions on Showtime. And the guy that was on the bike, the story was from TMZ. But the guy that was on the bike, he was having a heart attack. Mr. Biggs just died on a Peloton in the new Sex and City, and just like that. That was the first episode. So now we got 2 dudes dying on Pelotons on TV. That is so bad for your fucking brand. On top of Peloton already having real problems where babies were getting hurt and killed under their machines because they were falling and they weren't stable. Bro, listen, I don't even want to get into that nasty shit. But why is everybody picking on Peloton? I remember when Peloton first popped off, Beyonce backed them. If Queen Bee backed them, we were supposed to all be behind it. But this shit was expensive as fuck. So I agree with y'all. We're not necessarily riding with Peloton. And you only see Peloton in these damn shows that aren't for us. Now, how would you feel if you made a product and your product was used to show somebody getting injured, killed, or hurt? How do you deal with that? I don't know. I feel like people are really picking on them. The story goes from TMZ. The new episode of the Showtime series aired Sunday, and it was showing the character David Bible, the fuck name is, I'm sorry, Mike Wagner, caving in on himself. Okay, that's not what he was doing. He was holding his chest and he jumped off as these paramedics walked in, and they're like, "Sir, you're having a heart attack." He's like, "No, I'm not. I'm just riding my Peloton." And the paramedic goes, "Hey man, is your jaw hurt?" He's like, "I think it does." And then he had a heart attack, but he survives. I don't like the way they wrote this. He survived it. The paramedics came in. They're like, hey, man, what was wrong with you? I watched the episode. I was like, well, it wasn't that bad. I don't think Peloton would be the reason to blame the dude having a heart attack. But again, I do understand that this is definitely causing issues because you're making my brand look like shit. I just don't know if they have any lawsuit power in this. And then, how many other brands have had to deal with this type of stuff? I think it's interesting. I definitely think it's interesting. And that's it for today's show. When were we out of war? As a matter of fact, Trump had one war left to get us out of, and they did not let him. So we were out of war right before Trump left office. He was pulling out everyone, in which at one point they said, you'll never be able to do that. And then he did it. And then they said, no, you can't do that. And then he said, oh, well, what the fuck y'all want me to do? But yeah, we were out. We could talk. Well, you can go back episodes. We've talked about how many wars we didn't go to with Trump. That's a fact. Not one. Not one. But that's it for today. My name's Kasabian. Live in the moment. Don't live in the past. Be safe. Stay dangerous. Lavoe loves you. Wine.